Hello, how are you? We're doing another discussion video if you guys didn't know already. I'm actually really excited for today because today we're discussing Shadow and Bone. Yay! Okay, so I finally finished this trilogy and I quite enjoyed it, and I will tell you guys further. But before all of that, I just want to show you guys some of the reviews about this. These are some of the 1-star reviews on Goodreads, so all of this, blame it on Goodreads. 1-star reviews, I'll give you a time to read, and 5-star reviews. That's all I got. But now further on, I would like to tell you guys what I think about it because my thoughts are very much different from everyone else's thoughts. Let us start. To start off, I would like to tell you guys about what the Shadow and Bone trilogy is actually all about, because or else you will be like, what is she even talking about? If I will put spoilers in this video, so yeah. But right now we're gonna be spoiler free. I'm just gonna tell you guys a quick description. This is basically a chosen one trope based around it, at least. Basically, this girl called Alina is a recruit in this soldier type regiment thing, and they are all going to enter this fold. There's this darkness, like it's like kind of like the antagonist. So this is like this area of darkness. They're going to enter it because they need to go to the other side for trading. So they enter that fold, and in that fold there are many vicious creatures, and turns out that Alina is a sun summoner who can summon light and potentially kill these Volcra creatures. And because there has not been such source of a sun summoner in ages, Alina is asked to go to one of the higher ranks of community, which is Darkling. And then on forward, we see what happens to Alina and what is she done to? Like, what has she been going through? And we see two characters. One is Mal and one is Darkling. There are more characters as we go on, and it is basically a chosen one plot around this girl who can't find herself, who just finds herself with a best friend at a soldier group, and then suddenly she is the sun summoner and she holds this kind of power to like be the savior of all. That is the basic plot. Now let me talk to you guys about what I rate all three of the books. The first one I have to rate it 5 out of 5 because I read this all together at in one day, and the characters are literally so amazing. Everything is so well written and it's very consistent. It goes on, and I just really love the writing because the writing also is very swift and it can move without any trouble. And I quite also like the description that is on the back right over here, but like you don't need that. And there is extra stuff at the end as well, but like the main thing is how she writes. It's not even the world building or any of that, but I actually prioritize dialogues quite a lot, and her dialogues are pitch perfect, literally perfect with every single character. So that is why I love her writing so much. I love it. Also look at the cover, guys. Just look at the cover. Also this one. This is beautiful. Next, we have a Syrian Storm. I will rate this book a 4.75. Why is it lower than this? It was a bit harder to go through, but obviously as you get into a series, things will grow in more intense and will grow more, fighting and all that stuff, like more world building, and I quite like that. I like that, and the ending was just beautiful. Again, I love the endings of these books. And obviously again the cover, literally the cover, it's so beautiful. And again the writing, the dialogues are so, like, again, pitch perfect. Her writings are literally pitch perfect. And the characters, again, the characters, I am saying so much things, but the characters are also so much, they're consistent, but you can see the developments that they have already made. It's quite wonderful. And the characters, the new characters that come in, they are quite ingenious. And the third book, you know what, like 5.5 out of 5 stars. It was amazing, this book. Even though this was harder to go through again, it will get more deeper. But the plot twist and the characters and the dialogues, oh god, it was amazing. Cover, I mean, it's amazing. And the writing, the dialogues, every single piece was so good. Oh god, yeah, lovely, amazing, beautiful. This is a beautiful trilogy if you want to read it, or if you have the same taste of me, which is fantasy. In general, I like to read a bit more like not pretty high fantasy. This is like exact. This is my personality. Okay, I loved it very, very, very much. Now I actually kind of want to talk about what other people think of it. Other people, okay, now I just want to say here onwards, I'm gonna give spoilers, and if you don't want to listen to them, please go away. But let us start. First of all, I would like to say, other people hate Mal. Yes, Malian arts. They all hate Mal. They're like, why is Mal here? Why Mal doesn't need to be here? Get him out. And I do not get him. I do not get that. I really do not get that, because Mal was my favorite character. Let me give you guys an explanation why. So a lot of people say that Mal does not really think about Alina, and he's just really ignorant of her, and she's like, he doesn't really actually listen to her. Instead, he just keeps yapping his mouth. Excuse me? Did you read the first 3 books? All of the 3 books? Because I felt okay. I just want to start off with, I hated Alina. Okay, no. In the first book, Alina was fine. Alina was a lost person who didn't know what she was going through. She didn't know what was going to happen in the future. She didn't know if she was going to die or if she was going to live out of this. She didn't know anything, really. She was just like this lamb in the middle of like a lion-filled road, who didn't know whether to go to left or to right. So, like, in the first book, it was understandable what she was doing. But as we enter the second and the third book, I was like, what is she doing? I just felt like Alina was so pretentious, because Mal was known for him being good. Mal is literally a pure person. Hence, well, for this book, Mal was literally like he was like literally perfect. Again, I'm telling you guys, not perfect as in perfect in everything, but he was a guy who did the best thing he could in every situation, and you got that. At least according to me, you got that answer. You got that response that he's trying everything the best he can to his abilities, and most of the time he was proving himself right, and most of the time he left his whole life for Alina. Like, he was like, okay, I don't need this life, because I want to be with my best friend. I want to be with someone who makes me. He left his life. He left his friends. 2 of his friends died, for God's sake. And here Alina is like, she's like, okay, and what do you want me to do about it? I was like, second book, when Alina was screaming at Mal, I was like, because Alina is such a pretentious person. She likes to move around. She likes to lead people on. So, like, oh, I'm having a fight with the Darkling. Okay, fine. That's completely fine. I'll just go to Mal and talk about it. But when he tries to talk about his problems with me, good night, Mal. Goodbye, Mal. You can go. Please go. That is what she does when he comes to talk about her, about how he's hurting. For example, that time when he was hurting, then Alina was like, okay, what is he doing? Why is he doing this to me? Why to me? Why not to someone else? Oh my god. But she didn't recognize herself doing the same, and Mal was hurting then. She never recognized that maybe Mal doesn't want to be a part of this. She always thought that Mal was the right person, and I am struggling. Why would she be? She's literally the sun summoner. I get it. She can struggle. She doesn't know which path she has to go through, and that's a whole fight on its own. And I get that she is hurting inside as well, and she cannot go through this alone and by herself. But literally, obviously, you can't just avoid Mal. Mal saved your life more than once, I'm pretty sure, and um he literally, oh god, I'm just gonna give you guys a huge spoiler. He's the third amplifier. Like, don't you see it? Like, oh my god. Like, Mal left his life, Mal left his friends, Mal left his everything to just help Alina with whatever she's facing. Okay, and when he was stressed and when he didn't have anyone to go to, she was like, I'm busy. Mal, I'm busy. You need to go to someone else. And when he did go to someone else, she was mad. She was like, why are you replacing me with this other person when you don't even know her? Well, because you literally told him that I'm busy. I just don't like Alina, okay? Alina is also very pretentious. As I said, Mal always has declared himself as, I am a good person. And he has that same response, that I am a good person. I may make mistakes. I may not do something right sometimes. But all over, I like to be a good person with good morals. The Darkling has already said, I am bad. I am the face of evil. Okay, I am bad. If you come near me, I'll make you bad as well. Because, like, I am not going to stop myself from that. Because I am bad. I will always be bad. I'm literally the Darkling. I am bad. I am darkness. I will surround you with darkness wherever you go. And I will try to push you further until you crack and you're that dark person. Whereas Alina is like, oh no. No, I am a good person, okay? You need to know, I am a good person, but still, she has this conflict in herself that she's literally going down. She knows, she has every idea, she knows that she is going dark. Her thoughts are going blank, her thoughts are going to the dark side, her thoughts are going to the bad side. But still, she will be like, I am your savior. Okay, I am here to save you and protect you from the goddesses of the earth. Why don't I get it? I know that you need to save this thing, but why don't you actually talk about it to someone that, listen, I'm going through the stage where I am being blurred by dark thoughts, and I don't know what to do about it, because you can't keep everything to yourself, because this is not your war to fight. I think I will need to quote Ron from Harry Potter on this, but we're all surrounding this thing, isn't it? Um, because if Alina is feeling this way, someone needs to be there to remind her that no, you are our savior and you need to go through this to get at a point where you can get out of this. Because if Alina was by herself, because it didn't happen, that's fine, but she could have easily gone over to the dark side thinking of something else, taking answer to something else. She needed to share this thought in her mind that maybe she was like being controlled by the Darkling, or maybe she was being led by the Darkling to go over to the dark side, because, or else it was literally risking everyone else's lives, everyone else's family. It was risking themselves, their heart, their mind, their family, their land, their culture, everything. It was risking them. So she needed to talk about this. She can't just keep all of the secrets to herself thinking that no one else will understand, because everyone else can understand. Everyone is here to understand you. And still you are just ignoring them. Like, I am the savior. I cannot talk about these things to you because you won't understand. Oh my god. Alina, they will understand. Just talk to them once. You're so pretentious. Obviously, yes, I will also like to say, yes, she is a hero. And she will always be a hero. She is the hero of the whole show. She did all of the killing. She did all of the defeating. But still, as a person, she is a brilliant hero. And she can achieve whatever she wants. But as a person, she's not that great. She's really not that great. She goes to Nikolai when she has had a fight with Mal. She goes to Darkling when she's frustrated with Nikolai. She goes to Mal when she had a fight with the Darkling. It's like when she realizes, oh, I've done something wrong, I'll just go to the other person because I have so many friends that they won't even notice. And after all that, she said, I'm alone. I'm alone, I'm lonely, I don't have any friends, I don't know where to go to. And I just don't like that quality of hers. Now, I have not seen the series, so none of you are going to judge me thinking that the actor, oh my god, I don't remember her name. No. Okay, but I had like literally remembered everyone's name from the series, Netflix series, but I am not telling anything to her. This is not for her. But I do think that Leigh Bardugo actually did this on purpose. I don't know why, but I have this kind of feeling that Leigh Bardugo wanted to make the protagonist not very good so that we could focus on the other characters as well. Because sometimes, in series you kind of like go over the main character and the main character is the god and every other character is like whatever. But this thing, I think Leigh Bardugo did it on purpose. I don't know. She might have not, but like I really like her writing. Like each and every other character is like literally written into perfection. But Alina, I think this is how she meant for her protagonist to go: a brilliant leader, a brilliant hero, but as a person, she's not as strong. And I respect her for that. I really do. Next, I would also like to obviously I would like to talk about the Darkling. Like literally, why wouldn't I? But before that, I would just like to talk about Nikolai as well. How did you guys like Nikolai? Because I quite liked him. Um, he was, I feel like, the glue of the situation. He would put it all together when everyone was breaking apart. He would be like, "Wait, no, it's Ravka. It's literally our country. We are Ravkan people, and we need to go through this." He was definitely the glue, and he would like make justice of a situation at the same time, not over exaggerating it. You know what I mean? Like he would always be there, and he would have these perfect lines which were not cringy. They were not like, oh yeah, of course you're the hero, so you will say these perfect lines. They were not cringy, but they were so perfect for a situation that they were imperfect, but they were perfect for the situation. Yeah, that's what I have to say about Nikolai. Imperfect but perfect. Like he was like literally like he would say the right thing to people when they needed something, and that was really amazing of him. And it also makes sense. Um, it does make sense. And obviously I would like to talk about the Darkling. I love the Darkling's character. And no, first of all, I also need to say, if you haven't read The Demon in the Woods, which is a little short prequel story at the end of Ruin and Rising, you need to read it because it adds so much. It really does add so much, even though it's like a 20-page chapter. No, it's a 20-page short story. It adds so much to his importance of creating this place for the Grisha and like not really thinking about the Oscar there. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but like not really thinking about them. It makes so much sense after you've read The Demon in the Woods, which is a short story. But still, I will say that the Darkling in itself, it's understandable that he wants to make a place for the Grisha and for people like himself because they, oh my god, I'm spitting all over, because they are not as known as every other Oscar there, and it makes sense. It does make sense, but I feel like again he could have done it in a different way. He he risked everyone else's life because he would have if he really wanted to save the Grisha, why would he extend the Shadowford into West Ravka? I get it. He wanted to look at the big picture in itself and not look at these small assets and things like this. But like obviously he raced it into West Africa, which could have easily killed so many Grecians, and that could have like kind of like been a very big step back from his actual mission. I do like his character a lot because like, I like his weak points. I like the ending that he had. I like how the weakness in his eyes was shown even in the second book ending because I think we needed that. While because like I think that while reading the third book, if the second book didn't have that moment of weakness for the Darkling, I think definitely we would all hate the Darkling in the third book. Because people just think, okay, he's just a ruthless king. We really don't have anything else to go with him. Like, he's just a ruthless king who's here to do whatever he wants. But I think that moment of weakness in the second book really made us see who he actually is. It really made us feel like him. And again, in the third book, also the last scene of him talking to Lena. Okay. I'm actually going to read that part. I don't know if I want to redo that part to you guys. Let's see. Okay, 1 second. There you go. We found it. Here you go. Oh, the darkling repeated, his fingers seeking mine. I was surprised to find fresh tears filling my eyes. He reached up and brushed his knuckles over the wetness of my cheeks. The smallest smile touched his blood-stained lips. Someone to mourn me. He dropped his hands as if the weight were too much. No grave, he gasped, his hand tightening on mine, for them to desecrate. All right, I said. The tears came harder. There will be nothing left. He shuddered, his eyelids drooped. Once more, he said, speak my name once more. He was ancient, I knew that. But in this moment, he was just a boy, brilliant, blessed with too much power, burdened by eternity. Alexander. His eyes fluttered shut. Don't let me be alone, muttered. He murmured, and then he was gone. Okay. Okay. Oh my god, this last part. Okay, there was a major spoiler here. So if you wanted to read the series and you just listened to that part, I'm sorry because you have been spoiled. But oh god, that part is so, oh my goodness. Oh. Also the part where he actually said his name. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find that right now. That was quite good too. Whatever. The Harvard attempt the same. Also very good. Um. So anyway, I really like those lines, and then obviously Mal. I love the part where they actually knew what Mal was. Also, the part where Alina was like, "We need to do something else about this. Like, we'll figure another way out of this. Mal, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be fine." And he's just like, "No, Alina, we won't." It was hard for me to read that part because he was my favorite character, okay? It made sense though! It made so much sense that Mal was the third amplifier. Oh god. Yeah. So that's all I really wanted to talk to you guys about. I love Mal. I don't get the prejudice against him. And I hate Elena, pretty much. I like her, but I don't love her like that other characters. Obviously there is Jania and David and Nadia and Sergi and Mary and Stig and Harsha and Onkat and Misha! Oh, Misha and Mal! I have to talk about them. They're literally brothers. They are like, I loved all of that. Like, yeah, Misha and Mal, obviously. There's Bagra, there is the Duckling, and there is Mal, and there is Lena. And then there is other people as well, obviously. So yeah, that's how I really wanted to talk about that. If you watch this video all the way through, I really like you, and thank you so much. And I hopefully you will subscribe to me. Hopefully, I'm giving very less pressure on that. Anyway, yeah, if you like this video, hit the like button. And I don't know what outro to give to this video. Just read this book. It's quite amazing. Read these books, and that's it. Goodbye!